Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Tang and Trussell on Ruins of Seras. In the bottom left of Ruins of Seras we have the red Zerg player, it is Tang from Team All Inspiration. And in the top right of Ruins of Seras we have the blue Terran player representing Duncan, it is Trussell. Or T. Russell, I kind of will bounce back and forth calling him T. Russell or Trussell throughout this game, which might get confusing, but hopefully not too much. So Tang is a GM level Zerg player here from America. He does actually offer coaching at tangstarcraft.com. I'll go ahead and put a link to him in the description. Fantastic guy. He will be guaranteed to make you a better Zerg player or your money back. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a guarantee or not, but really I have great confidence in his abilities. If you want to improve as a gamer, go ahead and contact him at tangstarcraft.com. Alrighty then, so a ZVT here on Ruins of Seras, a very big map, which means that Reaper openings aren't quite as effective because the Reaper has a long way to go to get over to the Zerg base anyway. But nonetheless, that's what Trussell is going for. And actually a pool first play here from Tang. We've seen this. He might be worried about a 3 racks opener with Reapers coming out from Trussell. If that's the case, having your pool first can be very useful. Indeed, having that speed out as soon as humanly possible, also good, as soon as Zergly possible. Gonna take his expansion now, so it's not a crazy one base defense or one base all-in on offense, but at the same time he's gonna have Lings out more quickly than if he'd gone for that hatch first type play. So let's see what the barracks does. Gonna be a Reaper, ready, set, go, Reaper. Oh, right away. Nicely done by Trussell, on time and everything. And the expand coming up as well. Was saving up some of his minerals to make that happen. 370, 380, 390, and 400. Ready, set, go. Command center on the way. So again, holding up Trussell with a go-go with umlauts. Is that like a g-g? I'm not sure what the umlaut does to that letter. In German, anyway. Actually, not sure what nationality Duncan Trussell is. It looks like English, like a T. Russell thing, like a Tyson Russell's a very American type name. Or a Tad Russell or something like that. Not sure I know many Tads that play StarCraft, but anyway, that's a discussion for another day. Moving into Factory, Trussell probably going to go for a starport after that. Makes just a lot of sense. The Reaper, again, doesn't know where to go. So the fact that it's a bitmap and the fact that the Reaper going to the wrong location really slows down this Reaper harass. It's a single Reaper into a reactor here, which is probably going to swap onto the factory into Hellions, which would make a lot of sense. Baneling Nest on the way. Tang's going for Banelings, not for Roaches, which we've seen a lot of in ZVT, but that's A-okay. Let's see what the Reaper's going to be able to do here. Again, showing up at almost the 3-minute mark just feels like it's really late. Tang should be able to handle it without any issues. 10 Lings are on the way. Speed's almost completed. For that matter. Slow Lings getting some shots off here. KD8 charge, knocking the Lings back on. Queen trying to get some spines off, just standing there. Actually, she has no interest in actually killing that Reaper. And is he just heading home? Yeah, I think Trussell realizes, you know what? I didn't get the scout off. I wasn't able to do as much as I could. I was so late and showing up. And the Speedlings are chasing him down. Oh man, Speedlings, are they faster? 5.25 speed. Speedlings have a 6.58 speed, and the Reaper does end up falling. Oh, poor guy. I'm not sure why he turned around. He probably wasn't going to make it home anyway. The Ling says, you know what? There's nothing here. There's a Marine inside the bunker. These Lings should be able to actually force this to lift off. And making Banelings for reasons I don't fully understand, because guess what, Tang? There's nothing here. There is a single Marine inside that bunker. You could take it down no problem, but it's basically a 2-base Speedling Baneling play here from Tang. And is it going to work? Is our question today. Banelings come rolling on in, crushing through, getting rid of supply depots, getting rid of barracks as well, trying to kill some stuff. Don't want to waste themselves on that mule. The Banelings waiting for a more worthy target. More Banelings morphing on in here, losing all the supply depots. Gonna lose this barracks as well if Trussell's not careful. Lift off the barracks, does lift off the barracks and manages to save its life, but Tang in complete control here. Is he gonna try to bust this? I think he almost has to, doesn't he? The Banelings trundling up the wall here and taking out the supply depot. The Lings are in, but these Hellions, if they're positioned correctly, should be able to take out these guys no problem. SCVs as well, forced to fight for their lives. The flames are everywhere. A lot of SCVs are falling, but a couple Hellions dying as well. But every single Zergling finally getting cleaned up there. So 12 SCVs lost to 31 Lings and 2 Banelings. I guess Banelings that explode of their own accord aren't considered lost units, so it's kind of hard to see how many of those died. Although in the end, it's lost resources. It's a lost unit for Zerg, so I'm not sure why it's not included in that point. I suppose that could be because they are intentionally lost by the Zerg, so perhaps sacrifice would be a better tab. Units sacrifice would be interesting. Hellions running on down to do their duty. No third base to deal with right now. Spinecrawler on the way, but not quite there yet. And 2 queens trying to deal with this number of Hellions. Not a good place at all. And 1 queen gonna lose its life. Is there a transfuse available? There is. But no, gets roasted up instead. A few lings show up trying to save their queen's lives. Queen running all the way back home on that creep. Now 2 queens here again at the front door. The Hellions say, you know what, maybe that's enough. A Banshee here to help out as well. Another Banshee in production. Are we going to get Cloak at all is the question. Tech Lab shows it is quiet, and Trussell has reestablished his second base here. Lings running on and get a full surround. Oh, the Hellions were not paying attention, losing 1, 2, 3, and 4 Hellions. Another one as well, definitely going to die. Bam. All the Hellions get absolutely cleaned up. The Banshee with 5 total kills. Going to come in and try to kill some stuff. The Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler number 2 actually up here for Tang. So, you know what? Maybe the Banshee's not going to go in there. Maybe try to deny a third base here. Would be able to kill a drone before it was able to plant a third. More Hellions to replace the one of their brothers that died earlier on in this particular game. And Widow Mines here at the top of the ramp as well. Do pretty good against marauding bands of lings. So it's 26 to 33 total harvesters. Tang is in the lead. Army supply value, 500 minerals worth of army for Tang compared to 850 and 250 gas for our friend Trussell. And heading down are more Hellions. If at first you don't succeed, man, try again. I guess with 2 Banshees, a bunch of Hellions, and a couple Widow Mines might be in a good spot. Getting Infernal Pre-Igniter to increase the damage done by these Hellions, and trying to get the Spinecrawler burned on down are these Banshees, and yes, they do get the Spinecrawler. Hellions and Banshees, a pretty potent combination. All these lings are likely going to die. Spore Crawler's getting shots off. Queen getting shots off, though, and the Banshees don't like it necessarily very much. The Widow Mines are going to be the problem here. I mean, Queens are pretty much the answer. They don't take a lot of damage from Hellions. 19 damage versus light, which Queens are not. Moving up the Widow Mines once again, losing a couple Hellions there for reasons unknown. The Ling's not even bothering to get on in. Widow Mine shot does almost take down a Queen. One more shot and she does get burned alive. The Ling's trying to take out those Widow Mines all by their lonesome. These Blue Flame Hellions, though, really good against Lings. They don't want to directly engage here. And the Banshees trying to get in once again. Spore Crawler, though, a big problem. Oh, losing 1 auto turret being thrown down. And those don't last as long as they used to. It's only about 8 seconds, but still does a pretty good amount of damage. Killing Creep Tumors. Trussell setting up a complete contain here. Getting his own worker count up at 32 to 37 now. Army supply looking really good for our blue Terran player. And losing a Creep Tumor. What can Tang do? He has Mutas on the way. And the Mutas are a pretty good answer here. Not much of this can shoot up. So here come the Mutas to clean this up entirely. A lot of Lings losing their lives. Another auto turret here. Is it going to get any kills at all before it falls? Nope. Does some damage anyway. Blue Flame Hellions running on the backside here. Trying to get as many drones as they can before they're killed. They're unfortunately blocked by the Spire. And they all end up falling. Raven getting killed as well. Poor Raven. Just trying to kill some of your stuff, man. Don't take it so personally. Another Hellion falling. Hellion losses. Total number 21. 21. 75 Lings, 21 Hellions, 12 SCVs, and a Banshee. So again, the loss is not too extreme for T. Russell, except for all those Hellions that he lost. But again, it's just pretty much minerals at this point. I'm not sure that he cares that much about losing them. But he has 2 base to an upcoming 3rd base for Tang. And Tang has Mutas. So Thor's on the way, a couple Liberators on the way. Liberators do splash damage to their anti-air, which makes them pretty good answers to Mutas in most situations. Haven't seen a lot of Mutas in ZVT lately, and that might be the reason. It's just Liberator doing so well in that situation. But so the Mutas are here. There are 5 of them. There are no more in production. I think this is all Tang's going to really do. Try to get some harassment out, try to kill some workers, try to give himself even a greater lead in that worker count. Zooming out, and here they come. Is there anything here? There are 2 missile turrets. Trying to dodge those as best he can is Tang. And going to go after this refinery, take some workers out in the process using that bouncing ability, but the Liberators show up, hit everybody with a single shot, and Tang decides to hightail it on out of there. So again, no more Mutas on the field, just not that effective, not effective as they used to be, even with great control. really difficult to make them what they need to be. But anyway, drones running on out. It is 57 to 42 total harvesters, +1 attack and +1 carapace on the way for Tang. A little bit late, but you know what? Better late than never. And it's kind of a mech play here from Trussell, actually. I didn't notice this until now, but he has Widowmines, Hellions, Liberators, Banshees, Thors. He has tanks on the way, +1 vehicle weapons, +1 ship and vehicle plating for the Terran on the way as well. So pretty much going to try to deal with this with Lings to this point. Hellbats with Blue Flame, though, pretty scary stuff. 30 damage versus light. And these little suckers only have 35 hit points. So Banelings on the way. They do not have speed yet. Centrifugal Hooks is being researched, but it will be some time yet. Pretty much going to be relying on slow Banelings to deal with this, because I don't know that Lings are necessarily going to be the answer, especially with the Defender Mode circles. So here goes Defender Mode circle number 1 being thrown up. I'm not sure if you want to leave this guy alone. There are mutas on the field, remember. This Liberator here, Defender Mode, taking out a single Zergling, leaving nothing but a red bloodstain on the floor there. Baiting in some Widowmine shots there. Nicely done by Tang. Banshee killing Banelings before they can roll on in. Trying to kill this Liberator here, and Thor damage as well. But no, the Thor gets cleaned up, completely taken down. The Banshee gone at the same time. And this Liberator needs to get out of Defender Mode. Gonna try to kill, does kill that single muta. Might be able to get another one here at the same time, and yes, is up to 10 total kills now. The Hellbats running on in. Again, even with Hellbats, this is a lot of Lings, and they get completely massacred. Losing the Widowmine as well. Overseer spotting for that. This base is under attack with some Hellbats. 12 kills, 7 kills, roasting everybody that tries to run out here. Defender Mode ability killing eggs as well. Look at that. And finally gets cleaned up by the Queens, but are Queens enough for these two Hellbats? And the answer is probably, as the Hellbats try to retreat for some reason and finally ended up getting cleaned up. But in the meantime, T. Russell's been taking a third base of his own. He has 54 harvesters compared to 58 for Tang, so definitely on even footing here. APM for both of these players is around 200 for the game, playing very, very well indeed. So 3 bases to 4 bases. The Zerg player has an advantage here, and not much injection going on here at this base. Banelings getting morphed, and they will have speed. They will definitely have speed. More Liberators on the way for Trussell, getting Drilling Claws to make sure that his Widowmines can burrow a little bit more quickly, which can be nice. Some tanks, some Hellions. Is there any anti-air, though? Again, this is kind of the concern right now. Is there any anti-air at all? Roasting up a lot of these workers. Banelings crashing on in, taking out a couple tanks with them. But no, surviving the day here is Trussell. Hellbat transformation complete. Hellbats and tanks running into this third base. The tanks probably should set up in Defender Mode. Banelings crushing into everything, though, killing all those Hellbats, killing most of the tanks as well. Corruptors say, Liberator, you get out of our neighborhood. We are ready to go, thank you very much. Zerglings trying to kill tanks. The tanks trying to get into position for something. Don't know what it is, but they end up dying. So once again, Tang rebuffs the attack. This tank heading on home. Resources lost tab, 8,000 minerals, 1,800 gas lost for Tang, 6,900 minerals, 1,750 gas lost for Trussell. And the Lings are going to be able to take down this tank eventually with the help of their Mutalisk brethren. 4th base now coming up for Trussell, though. Looking okay. Looking all right. If he can handle those mutas, I think that's kind of the big problem here, is dealing with Mutalisks. He does have some missile turrets, which are going to help immensely. Any turrets here? Yes, indeed. Lings running on in. A Cyclone being used on a Ling. Not the most efficient use of that lock-on ability, but hey, so far so good. Widowmines in here dissuading any more flying around from those mutas. They like to clump up and take hits. Tang with all of the Banelings here. Wow, just almost an entire page worth of Banelings going to try to roll in and get rid of this orbital command and everything else on this side of the map. Widowmine shot hitting the Corruptors, which is okay with Tang. Going to get rid of all of those, focus those down immediately. Another Widowmine shot, taking out yet another guy. The Banelings come rolling on in, killing tanks, rolling into this mineral line, trying to kill more and more SCVs, but the Cyclone is here and ready to go, using the lock-on ability on the Overseer, taking it down, and Tang is forced to retreat. More tanks than he expected. The Cyclone's doing a bit better than he expected. The Hellbats as well. How many mutas here are left? A pretty good number of them. And what's the answer going to be for our friend Trussell? Missile turrets, basically more and more missile turrets. I like that answer from him. Another base for Tang down here, expanding at his will right now. 79 to 65 total harvesters. Tang looking very strong indeed. Another base coming up. I have to imagine that's going to be a planetary fortress. We'll have to wait and see on that, though. But missile turrets trying to get rid of all of these guys. Some Thor shots and lock-on ability shots here, trying to chase everything away, running for their lives, losing Corruptors, losing Mutas here as well. Another Muta ends up falling. Look at this, another Corruptor as well. So hey, Cyclones making a comeback, man. Been a while since we've seen them be that effective, but T. Russell making it work. Holding back the Zerg Swarm with the power of the Corruptor, with the power of the Cyclone. They both start with C in my defense. Tang is getting himself a hive, getting +2/+2 on these melee attacks. And heading down south with some kind of an attack, because the Tang is basically expanding everywhere. He saw that Trussell was going for a mech type play here and said, I'm going to expand pretty much wherever I want. And Trussell is too slow to really deal with that. So he might be right for all intents and purposes. Losing a couple drones, lock-on ability being used there for dumb reasons. It is an auto-cast. You can't, it's really hard to kind of prevent that from happening. Using their conventional attacks to get rid of this hatch and not even getting the cancel off, just losing it straight up as Tang. +3 vehicle weapons already on the way for Trussell here at the 15-minute mark. More Banelings, I heard those guys getting morphed in. They don't have any +1. Oh, they do have +1/+1. I'm a liar because +2/+2 is on the way. Banelings rolling in onto those Hellbats, getting rid of the Extractor. The Thor going to try to take most of this damage and get rid of the Mutas all by its lonesome. Very, very brave is this Thor. And it looks like Tang's just abandoning this hatchery. He's not even going to try to save it. He's going to mine up here instead. But losing 2 hatcheries in as many minutes, not a good feeling as a Zerg player. But again, didn't lose much by way of worker count. Widowmine shot. Oh, Widowmine shot. Actually killing a Broodling. Not sure if I've seen that before on my channel either. But what this does is allow T. Russell to get his stuff established. A lot of missile turrets, planetary fortress. No, he actually built the command center at the front. He's going to land it down here, expanding instead of using it for defense. So that's a nice thing that all Terran players can do. Ultralisk Cavern coming up for Tang, exactly, with those plus melee attack upgrades. That's what they're going to be pretty much 80% of the time. And moving out, though, is Trussell. 193 supply to 152 in favor of Tang. Mass Cyclone. Their Typhoon missile pods do 22 damage versus air and ground, but lock-on does not actually get the upgrade. 480 damage over 40 seconds to flying targets. So extra damage to flying targets, which is good against Mutas. And just setting up positioning here. Trying to come around for a flank attack is Tang. Is that what he's doing? Is he base racing a Terran? I'm not sure. He's going to lose another hatch, though. That's for sure. Tanks roll on in. Are they going to set up siege mode? Setting up siege mode there on the backside. Yeah, Tang just killing this command center in revenge for losing this command center. T. Russell not quite sure what he wants to do. He does finally move in and get rid of this hatch quite easily, but a Baneling Corruptor Muta Ling composition, maybe not the best. Splitting his forces a little bit here. Using the Cyclones, he's going to get rid of the Queen. He's going to get rid of this hatchery. The Hellbats trying to roast up those drones as they're trying to run away. Widowmine shot does take out the rest of them. Nice Widowmine shots there indeed, but Ultras are ready to go. And here they come. The Ultras rocking on in here. Lock-on ability being used. Not quite enough. Tanks trying to do splash damage. Corruptors rolling in. Banelings from the right side. The Ultras are refusing to fall here. With +3 armor, kindness plating almost completed. Everything gets pretty much cleaned up, but no. In the last few seconds, a lot of Ultras ended up falling. Widowmine shot available. No. Gets out of range. Instead, using it on that Overlord. Lings clean up a Thor. And the Ultras head on back home, but losing so many bases here is Tang. He did clean up one, but T. Russell looking strong, man. Looking strong. Single Ultra trying to hang on out here. Some Cyclones and a Thor trying to clean on up. Using the lock-on ability, 2 of them, and taking out a Thor. Nicely done, lock-on ability. Widowmine's burrowing, getting shots off. No, they get cleaned up before they actually get a shot. That was a huge loss there for T. Russell. Everything on the ground gets completely killed. A couple Vikings are in the air. A Liberator in the air as well. He says, all right, I'll kill your workers. You killed my army. I get rid of your drones. Thank you very much. And a Zergling, because why not? Another one ends up falling there, but another base is up here for Trussell as well. A lot of drones running to their homes, fleeing for their lives. Oh boy, Command Center will be a planetary fortress. Production tab shows another Command Center, more tanks, more Hellions, and T. Russell is refusing to back off of this mech strategy. It's working okay for him. The Queen finally takes down that Liberator after killing a bunch of stuff. The Ultra count looking fairly good. 7 armor on these guys. And Ultras against mech, a pretty darn good answer. Blue Flame, oh my goodness. All of these drones trying to split as best he can is Tang, but the great drone barbecue of 2016 has begun. So many drones lost there. 62 have lost their lives thus far. 63 and 64. No, this guy actually lives. No, wait. Hang on. I spoke too soon. No, it ends up getting killed there. Unfortunately for him. A lot of Lings losing their lives as well. The Hellions are smarter than to stick around and try to fight Ultras. But no, what? Are you seriously stutter-stepping Ultralisks with your Hellions? No. Just run. Just run as fast as you can. You cannot kill them. Tang is making 10 more mutas. He's going back to the muta-type play here. More Cyclones on the way for Trussell. And some Lings running out trying to catch these guys. It's pretty much a ring around the rosy game right now. T. Russell with the Hellions, and Tang gets tired of it and decides to run away instead. This hatch is up and running. Has not replanted this one or this one, but this is a new one for Tang. Trussell, another base here, another planetary fortress. Tang needs to go on the offensive. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure where, but he's going to try to make it work. Hellions trying to burn down a hatchery by themselves. A couple mutas in the air. Queen as well, trying to take these guys down. It's just a lot of Hellions with upgrades here as well. They do get the Queen. They take out more and more drones. Tang's only down to 33 workers right now. Not good. Not ideal. You're not going to find any workers up here in the main. It's completely mined out. Trussell, where you going, man? What you doing, Willis? I don't know. They're trying to kill buildings. Not going to happen. Transferring into Hellbats to kill things, but their days are numbered. Using the high ground advantage here with the lock-on ability, the tank's going to set up shop here as well. Defender mode circle, not quite in range. And the mutas and the corruptors comes flying on in. Tank's finally splash damaging on that hatchery. It is definitely going to fall. I don't think Tang can get rid of this. This is a fairly well entrenched mech army. And the hatchery does end up exploding. There it goes. Throwing up a command center here as well. Trussell feeling strong, but here comes Tang. A lot of Ultras, a lot of mutas. Corruptors getting rid of everything in the air. The lock-on ability, kind of wasting their ability on Corruptors. They really should be focusing on the mutas instead. Good splash damage on the Widow Mines. Again, Corruptors absorbing most of those hits. Bunch of mutas are still alive. Widow Mine shots taking Corruptors down again. The tanks need to run. There's not a good place for them at all. Another Cyclone comes in, though, going to try to get rid of these mutas. Widow Mine shots splashing on top of all these guys. The tanks running for their lives. Trussell needs better anti-air. He really does. Hellbats trundling into this base with +3 attack. 39 damage versus light, which means they one-shot all of these drones immediately. Tang is down to 27 total harvesters. And Trussell says, you know what? I might have lost that base, but maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Missile turret does take out a single muta, but that's about it. This planetary fortress is definitely going to fall. I don't think Trussell is sending any forces to take care of it. Here at the 23-minute mark, Hellions and Cyclones and everything. Oh my. Yeah, T. Russell kind of hanging out. I mean, he's sending his army out this way, but these guys could be used to maybe shut down this base over here, which they're going to try to do. Hey, they heard me. I am magical. I'm a magic man. Hellions running in here once again. Again, I'm not sure what the intent is. Go try to find some mining bases instead of going after buildings. It's kind of a weird choice. But the planetary fortress does manage to survive, and that's it. A GG from Tang. So T. Russell finally wears down the Zerg player. T. Russell's victorious. Tang is out of this match. Again, down to 26 total harvesters. Army supply was 950 minerals, 1,100 gas compared to 5,550 minerals and 2,400 gas. T. Russell looking strong, making the mech work at the GM level. Good for him. Good for T. Russell. I want to see more of this, honestly, because it's kind of fun to see mech with Cyclones mixed in as just opposed to the always Marine Marauder, Medevac, Widow Mine stuff that we've seen thrown in for so long here in StarCraft 2. So any change is welcome. So that's about it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Again, hit Tang StarCraft for StarCraft 2 coaching, which is Zerg specific. He has a special going on right now for the holiday season. go ahead and check them out at tangstarcraft.com. You can also find me, Falcon Paladin, at Twitch and Twitter, both at /Falcon Paladin, which makes a lot of sense. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you guys and girls. The support that you give me makes me feel so happy. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.